Let's go to America. Morning walk. We're going up to that big A hill. A mountain. Here we go. Top of Sentinel Hill, and unexpectedly we're going to have to race back because in the middle of this desert it's about to rain quite badly. There's the city in there.
Not bad, 250, about 300 Australian.
200 a day. $10 a day for 2 people.
Okay.
Shopping today, pretty much non-stop. An endless number of shops we didn't get to, but we got all the stuff we need to start the hike apart from a couple of things, and we got beers in the end, and a new cell phone number, so that's it. Goodbye Tucson, and off to Lordsburg. Welcome to the Lordsburg train station.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd be dodging cold rain when we got to the Chihuahuan desert, but pretty lucky, I guess. Dining at the second location to eat in Lordsburg. McDonald's for lunch, Mexican for dinner. Alright, picking up to go to the start. I was having trouble finding my shirt, or finding this camera, in part because it was under my shirt that's blending into the high-end bedspread. In the words of alchemists, this shit is real. We're just off to get the shuttle to the start of the Continental Divide Trail.
Way more. I just went to the hardware store, got a grade 8 bolt.
We are now literally walking from Mexico into the United States and towards Canada.
Oh, I literally...
Oh yeah, Ilki just started her hike from Mexico. We're at the monument and we're heading north. Just past the first marker on the start. We certainly didn't expect to be starting in gloves and buffs and several layers. All we heard about was, for ages, was how hot it was going to be, so it's just pretty chilly, although it's warming up now. We're moving and the sun's coming out, but we've only got 3,299.5 miles to go, so all good so far. Now, just packing up after lunch on day one, and we've got about 2 hours to go, so we had a bit of a long lunch for us. We followed this wash up over to, I guess you'd call it a saddle, and then back down the other side to the water where we're camping. There you go, end of day one. We successfully found water cache number 1.
We're set up for the night at the water cache 1. There's our tent. I've dug a hole up there for the morning, and Tony's digging a hole now tomorrow. So the sun's just gone down and it's instantly gotten really cold. And there's not a cloud in the sky, which means tonight it's going to be chilly. And our water's just boiled for dinner. Maybe.
A bit chilly this morning as the sun slowly reaches us. Feeling good this morning. We had a bit of a slower get up than normal, but it's alright. We're in this bit that is a wildlife research area, so that little post back there is what we're going to be following for the next probably half the day. They're a bit short and they're a bit incognito for obvious reasons, so the first bit could be a little bit picky pathy. Alright, that's kind of cool. There's the CDT truck dropping the next loads of guys and girls in. Here's our view for the day. Here's the path we're using. As I said, it doesn't take much for it to disappear into nothingness. Just about have some lunch. Managed to get the ground sheet dry and get us a bit of shade at the same time, so win-win there. So today, Elkie and I started way over here. We've gone all the way along the front of this range, behind here, and we've come all the way along the front of this range, and we're starting to drop back down to the desert floor now. And here is home for the night. Big shady tree with some water. Here's dinner. Dinner is a ramen bomb, which is a packet of noodles and a bag of tuna and half a bag of mashed potatoes for about 800 calories. Minimum.
Well, it's thickening up, alright.
There you go. So we did about 37k today. And we feel pretty good for it. Sun's starting to go down. So we're just heading off to bed. Tonight's going to be our first night cowboy camping. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's go.
Day 3, cowboy camped last night. Got a bit chilly with any gust of wind, but it was a nice night's sleep. I'm going to do another 30 odd today. We've got a water cache in 15k, and we'll fill up a bit more water then, and then make a bit more of a plan. But a bit chilly this morning. We'll see how long these gloves and stuff last as we get moving and as the day heats up with the sun.
Wow.
It's cool, isn't it? This looks like it has water and potentially shade, so I think this is where we're going to have lunch. Yeah, I don't know why I have to run around and make sure my poo is all cleared up, neat and tidy and buried. No one else is. Every other animal was crapping everywhere. We're about a kilometre done for the day. Instead of rushing down to the side of the road to sit in the sun, we spent the last hour or so chilling out in the shade here. Wise decision. That's our campsite last night. Day 4. We are on the way. A couple of javelina. Look a little bit like warthogs. Go winds. I mean, if you're really desperate and you're really Alright, just packing up after a long lunch under this tree. The wind hasn't dropped at all and we're not expecting it to, so we'll see how it looks when we get to our finish line at the final water cache.
Resume.
Just a little bit random. Because of the wind, we've decided we're going to make a mad dash the last 10k into Lordsburg. Somehow Ilky's found some motivation. We tried putting the tent up, didn't work. We tried cardboard camping, that wasn't going to work, so we made a decision at 20 past 6 and we'll be in town by 8:30, hopefully. Here's Lordsburg. Update from the trail. We've just gone over an hour. We've just gone over 6k, so we're out flying. Just passed a guy, we think he's Nobo as well, who was setting up to spend the night on the side of the hill, and we chatted to him for about 30 seconds, and now I think he's packing up to come into town as well. We're 4k from the hotel. Never thought I'd be happy to see Lordsburg like this. No disrespect, Lordsburg. And there it is, the Connell Lodge. Oh look, someone's still got the Christmas lights out. It's the police, isn't it?
Yeah, an hour and 15 minutes. Pretty good.
And we made it to Hotel 6. The Connell Lodge was full, Hotel 6 was pretty full, but we got here in less than 2 hours. So we're going to clean up. The restaurant next door is closed, and we'll sort some food out. The only one in Lordsburg.
It's not too bad.
Alright, so we got in last night. It's still a bit chilly this morning. The wind is still a little bit strong, so we both agree we would have had an absolute pants night last night, trying to sleep it out. And now we're going over to the restaurant formerly known as Cranberries for pancakes for breakfast. Town day. Pancakes for breakfast.
Well earned. So we're sorting out our resupply for the next 4 days. So we left this at Ecolodge, so we'll just sort it out into days and hope we have enough.
We got heaps.
Big time.
Just woke up from a nap. Someone's thirsty.
Good nap.